In rabbinic thought, values are expressed in specific terms with every value having their own designation or name. These values consist of ideas that function in everyday life. Because they reflect the continually changing nature and circumstance of daily existence, they in turn are themselves malleable. Defining these concepts as definitive statements are therefore untenable. They are, as Rabbi Max Kedushin argues, undefined concepts. Yet, this lack of concretization allows for rabbinic thought to be highly flexible and responsive to the differentiated nature of the human experience. Any rabbinic thought or idea may unite with another rabbinic concept. Rabbinic ideas or value concepts, as Rabbi Max Kedushin labels them, are inseparable from normal, day-to-day experiences and reflect a particular natural character. This very naturalness and character of so many rabbinic statements, which reflect an everyday quality, have led many to question the existence of an organizing principle in rabbinic thought. Rabbi Max Kedushin states, "It is precisely the naturalness, the everyday quality of the rabbinic midrashim that led the modern authorities, accustomed to philosophic and ethical systems in which deliberate, careful, effortful demonstration is the rule, to despair of finding any principle of organization in rabbinic thought. They looked apparently for an organizing principle which would systematize the many and varied rabbinic statements, and they soon found that these statements would not fit into any logical scheme. However, the coherence found in rabbinic thought is one that exists in the natural relationship between the concepts. Rabbi Kedushin argues that in rabbinic thought, logic can be understood in the following manner. All the concepts employed bear an organic relationship to one another, interweaving with each other so as to produce a definite, though an extremely flexible pattern. Rabbinic concepts do not provide a logical or systematic character found in creedal models of faith or philosophy. Neither do they reflect a system in which a specific hierarchical order exists. Instead, rabbinic thought is characterized by a non-hierarchical pattern, like coherence among its various concepts. Kedushin states that because of this, a certain indeterminacy exists. The coherence of rabbinic thinking, or organic thinking, renders the zone of insecurity or indeterminacy a characteristic alike of rabbinic theology and of social values in general. Since no rabbinic concept inevitably follows from any other concept, any given situation is not necessarily interpreted by a single combination of concepts. There are four fundamental concepts which are key. The four concepts are as follows: God's loving kindness, His justice, the Torah, and Israel. Rabbi Kedushin is quick to re-emphasize that while these concepts are fundamental to understanding rabbinic thought, they are not like the articles of a creed which reflect positions of varying importance. They are all of equal importance. According to Rabbi Kedushin, all rabbinic concepts are composed of the four fundamental ideas. Kedushin provides several examples to illustrate the interrelationship of these concepts. The idea of sanctifying the name of God, or Kiddush Hashem, is ultimately brought about when the God of Israel is recognized as the one true God. It is also brought about when the children of Israel undergo martyrdom, when necessary. It is also achieved when the standard of Torah and God's justice and love reflected in the Torah is established. Rabbi Kedushin provides another example to illustrate the fundamental relationship between these concepts. The idea of Malchut Shamayim, recognizing and accepting the sovereignty of God, is demonstrated when the children of Israel accept this by declaration, as in the case of Mount Sinai. It is also reflected in the study and observance of the Torah. Finally, it is demonstrated in recognition of His love and justice. Agadic statements reflect the organismic nature of rabbinic concept and, in fact, often reflect a number of ideas. Hence, rabbinic ideas are potentially concurrent with each other. Nevertheless, despite the number of ideas present, a single idea or expression can be derived from a particular statement because the concepts in question are interwoven. This feature of rabbinic thought allows for flexibility depending on the circumstance. Hence, rabbinic thought allows for concentration on one idea and another as is needed. Religious ideas can therefore be communicated without creating or referencing them as creedal principles. On a practical level, these impulses, as Solomon Schechter noted, produced a great range of articulation. So in one instance, emphasis might be placed on God's mercy, when the community faced with persecution was in need of solace. At other times, it might produce a focus on divine punishment if the community's observance of the Torah was waning.